What's up, everybody? I'm Dominique.
And I am Brandy, and we are your host of Hey Fave, a weekly podcast where two best friends get together and talk about everything and nothing at the same time. What's up, going? What's up, going? What's up, y'all? What's up and what's going on mixed together?
What's
Sorry,
up?
everybody.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people, I hope you're well.
Golly.
Oh
man,
that's funny.
Yep.
We literally just watched Straw.
We did.
And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, we're a little late. It's been out for a couple weeks.
I hope y'all watched it already.
Yeah, so we figure we're okay to do spoilers at this point. But if not, we're warning you.
Mm-hmm.
Do with that what you will.
Yes.
All right. No random question today. We're jumping right in.
Yes.
Did you have any thoughts before watching? Like any ideas or any thoughts, perceptions?
I just kept seeing that everybody was watching it or had watched it, and people were emotional and people were mad and all that at the same time. I still didn't know what it was about.
Got you.
So yeah.
Okay. I had seen the preview and kind of, gathered what it was about. I saw the preview, or at least parts of it. I seen a lot of people was like, oh, I boo-hooed the whole time, or this movie made me cry. So I was like, my question, I'm always like, is it really that bad, or you just being in your feelings? I was about to call the people soft, but I figured that was inappropriate. So that's not the right word to choose there. So I was like, is it really that sad or whatever, or you just on the more emotional side?
It's sad. I mean, yeah, it's sad. It is sad. I think we just it takes a little bit more.
Absolutely. And then my other thought, I saw it and it had already looked similar to a story, but then I saw someone make the connection, and that's what my brain was trying to do, and compared it to another movie. So going in the whole time, I had that already, that kind of shaped the way I watched it, because I was expecting a certain end the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's all the previous stuff I had. I was like, oh, and then of course you've got all the people talking like it's just another Tyler Perry's. He's always got the sad dramatic movie. So I was like,
yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so I saw that as well. But then because I saw so many other people say this one was actually good, I was like, I think y'all might just be hating on Tyler. I was thinking maybe people were just assuming that that's what it was going to be without actually watching it. Okay. So that was our thoughts before watching. After watching, what do you think?
I think it was a pretty good movie. Like I said, it was sad. And it was irritating also because this type of stuff happened in real life. And it was just a lot of people in the movie and a lot of situations that just really irritated me to the max. Okay. Yeah. But a pretty good movie. Nice little plot twist, And yeah, it was pretty good.
Yes, I agree. It was heavy. I think that's how I would describe it.
Yeah. Heavy.
I mean, it's sad. It was a sad sitch, but I think I was mad more of the movie.
Yeah.
I was, and then okay, so I was expecting her to die. So this whole time I'm like, this is all building up to this lady about to die, and she don't gotta die. So I think that's what made it more tense for me, because I'm just like waiting for the moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, they gonna kill this lady, and she doesn't have to.
Is that usually what happens? Seems like.
And I can absolutely see how this movie could be triggering. In a lot of ways. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to change the light.
Oh God.
I'm trying to change the light and think. But yeah, so that I'm glad it didn't end the way I was expecting. What else? I think that was my main. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think it was a bad movie. I don't. Let me see. Can I honestly say that? I don't know if I understand boo-hooing the whole time. Unless I guess you triggered.
I mean, yeah. If someone has been through these things before, or just losing a child, like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that could be sad.
But they didn't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that at first.
Well, I guess the point, like, when we were watching, I was like, dang, like, she just keep getting hit back to back to back to back. And I was like, I can't even imagine, like I can, and just speak for myself, like, the things that I go through.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, like, Jesus. But then looking at this movie, I'm just kind of like, now she the one should be like, okay, Lord, like, for real now.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I'm getting hit, and people out there do get hit back to back to back like that, and I'm just kind of like, if you have faith through that,
oh, absolutely,
like, you need to just go on to be in the number, because
you earned your spot.
Yes, because yikes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, this movie is like a very clear representation of the you never know what people are dealing with. Exactly. You never know what's going on with people. So that's why you gotta be nice and be kind and be patient and give grace.
They got a crack in the wall, like a crack, like the final. Sorry, I just the previews are going by on the TV.
But yeah, like that's like, if you ever never fully understood that, that is a clear example of you never know what people are dealing with.
Absolutely.
And then even what you saying, like, not comparing stitches, but like, like, we all deal with stuff, and then they also say, like, somebody out here still has it worse than you.
Like the lady said in the bank. Oh, she had some points, honey.
Oh, the older lady.
The older lady.
Yes, okay.
The one that had diabetes.
Yeah. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I knew what you were talking about. The older one. Yeah. So, yeah. So, it was sad. I guess because I'm not a boo-hooer, it takes me, I be looking for, like, what made you boo-hoo the whole time? But I like it, finding the, connecting to it in general could be a lot. Okay. Oh, and what else? Cause I'm trying to think of, like, first thoughts, putting current thoughts against first thoughts. I don't think it was a bad movie. Yeah. I don't think this was
the actors did their job. They made you hate them, or they made you feel sad for them, or everybody. Taraji, awesome job.
Absolutely.
Everybody, great job. In their acting. When people can make, when the actors can make you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's like, okay, yeah. Because some movies, it's like, oh, okay. Well,
they don't be believable.
It's like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, we were like 15 minutes in, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
Because the situations were, like, so real, like. Well, and I've said it before, and I know I've told Brandy, like, just in general, I don't like to see people being jerks to people in general, but then especially when they don't deserve it.
Exactly.
And people be talking to people crazy, and, like, her boss was trash. He was a trash human being.
I'm like, your butt back there on the phone. How about you get on the registers to help, lighten up the load? You back there on the phone.
And like, chilling. You fussing, talking about there's a line. Well, you go fill in until the person that needs to be up there gets there. This is your store. Yeah. Like, isn't that, like, the whole, like, that's part of being a good leader. Yes, you've been elevated to this position, but you still fit in with, like, to make your sitch go smooth. Like,
and then you're going to fire when you need people.
Yes.
Clearly he needed people.
So
I don't know why that store was the only one that everybody decided to go to.
Maybe, like, they were just in that kind of neighborhood, small neighborhood. That's where or maybe, like, that's the only one in that town that those people could afford. Like, it's because it was like the whole, because he was like, it's packed the first of the month. Like, that's when people get there. benefits and stuff. So maybe
people get paid. Yeah, she did say she was getting paid that day. So
yeah, like that's
people get paid. They want to go shopping.
Got it. So that's when you mentioned. I was like, yeah, maybe. Still a valid question, because we got multiple grocery stores. But then I was thinking like maybe just in that neighborhood, that's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the story? Because like sometimes that be an issue with Tyler Perry movies. Like it's like the story be weak, even if the actors did do good. Like, do you think this story was like?
No, this story was pretty weak. There was no repeating.
Weak. It was weak, or
it was not weak.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was not weak. It wasn't the repeating over and over again. It wasn't what I usually see. I'm trying to think. Out of all of the movies, I don't want to do that because he has a lot of movies, and there's like a couple that's like, okay, that was pretty good. Like Good Deeds was good. Daddy's Girls was good.
Yes.
This Straw was good. What was that other one? I don't remember. But like he has a good, and then some of them are just kind of like, why are we repeating this again? Like repeat, or maybe I'm mixing that up with the TV shows.
Possibly. Now I do think the stories be like predictable because it's like we've seen this, whether it was his or another movie. It's like give us something new, and that was what some people's argument was with this one. But I feel like he did this one different, and although it is very similar to Breaking, another movie, we'll talk about that in a second. It is the story is similar. He still switched it up some. So, yeah, I think he let this one flow better. Cause sometimes it'll be like, or it'll start off smooth and then the movie's ending and rushed. Then, like he'll rush the end. I think this one he let breathe and complete. I think this time it was flipped. You could look at the beginning as rushed. It was like all the stuff, boom, 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 all the bad stuff happening back to back. But that's how it be happening. And if pay attention, like you got to do that to set up her position in the rest of the movie. So yeah, I do actually think this one was straight. It was
This was good.
I think people see Tyler Perry's name and they gonna automatically.
Now, I do wish that he would make a happy movie, like something different.
Because even the ones with happy endings, it's like they had to go through trauma.
Yeah,
Because
trauma.
Good Deeds ends happy, but
she is a single mama again, struggling with her daughter, and it's just somebody is some way. Somehow struggling.
They struggle, even if it ends happy. They struggling at some point. Even when Daddy's Girls, he was struggling.
The plays, some people were struggling.
Yeah.
Movies, TV shows. I don't know.
Yeah.
Struggle.
I was trying to think. Are they all like that?
Was anybody struggling to Meet the Browns, the TV show? I didn't really watch it like that.
Not really. Well, it's like that was the more
more happy, lighthearted. I would like to see more. I seen an interview that he did recently where somebody questioned him about, hey, people are talking about how you always do like the trauma, the women never being, going through stuff and all that stuff. He was like, well, I'm never gonna change he was basically saying he never gonna change how he does stuff because it does work and that's what he knows. So that's what he's gonna do. And I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, well,
that's actually, I don't fault him for that though, because like there are certain people, it's like, it's their work because that's what they're good at, or that's what, like, people know with Quentin Tarantino movie, if it's like excessive explosions and super gory, like, it's like, once you find out what works for you, why should you have to change it just because some people.
Now, he did make a good point. He was like, some people don't know that this goes on.
That was gonna be one of the questions
in families and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna show that. That's what I'm gonna do. That's basically what he was saying.
Okay, because when you were saying the trauma, blah blah blah, I was gonna ask. I was like, is it because these stories do actually happen? So he's not making stuff up, and and I guess that so on both sides that could be why some people's like we already know. We don't want to have to see it. Yeah. Some of us are living it. Yeah. But then at the same time, some people don't. So especially this one, I think this one is good for that because everybody don't know how hard it be for people. And then you got the whole racist cop sitch. You know, some people be in denial about that stuff still. Somehow, I have no idea how. But it's like that now. Do you see what we be talking about? Yeah. It's like it gives you a visual of like what. It's like you got the super aggressive cop, and then you got the one pretty much covering for him. Yeah, like she didn't necessarily like do anything, but she also didn't tell him he was wrong. Yeah. And then you got to see the whole man versus woman in a job dynamic. It's like they were already automatically thinking she wasn't going to do a good job or discrediting her ability just because she was a chick. Like.
Yeah, that was kind of. I did. Now I don't even know if he did this on purpose, but the fact that Tiana Taylor was in this movie, she did a great job. Also, she was one of the cops, and she had a partner. Now her partner and her boss are black. Okay, and it just seemed like whenever she would bring something up, they would like not be sure about what she was saying or go against what she was saying, and it was like, is he like everybody she's talking to or trying to are black men? I don't know if he was purposely trying to do that, or is that just
how it happened?
Just how we, what's going on now in the world that automatically like, oh,
well, I got that from her partner more than her boss. Okay. Because it's like she said he was more like, tell me more. And then he got on board. He just needed like more of an explanation. Yeah. But you could see it all in her partner's face. It's like he just didn't believe. And like, it's like every time she suggested something, he was on the opposite end of it. Yeah. And that could absolutely have been intentional, or we just noticed it. Because like, it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be your own people. But then even worse on top of that, when the FBI stepped in, of course, this non-black guy coming in trying to overpower the blacks. Pretty much like I'm in charge now. You do what I say. She talking to me now, like type thing.
I just didn't understand why, if I guess in his eyes they didn't have it under control, but they did. And even after telling him, hey, this is how far we've made it, we just need to find whatever cop she's talking about, and he is like, he didn't want to hear it. We're FBI, we're gonna take over. Yeah, and that's just it.
And it was more of an ego thing than a race thing. It just so happened Tyler made the FBI guy not black, and the rest of the people he was talking to were black. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that kind of can add to it. Yeah.
Now I don't know if y'all could tell us or not, for the police that's out there, and the FBI that's out there. Is that the dynamic between you guys, the FBI and the police?
Local police, y'all don't be rocking with each other?
Yeah, is that a issue? Can y'all tell us, or can y'all not?
That is a good question. Because I watch SWAT, and it's like, the SWAT teams, like, they're bringing in SWAT. It's like sometimes the local cops feel like.
It seems like in every movie when the FBI show up, it's like everybody's like, oh my gosh, like FBI.
Because it's like maybe they feel like we could have done this. So it's like they don't trust us to do our job, so here they come calling the FBI. Yeah. That is a good question. Yeah. Like, do local cops really feel like that about? Yeah. And do the FBI be jerks when they come in? Are your feelings valid?
Yeah. Do y'all really go through that? Yeah, y'all let us know if y'all are able to. I don't know if y'all can sneak one in. Let us know in the comments.
You get your burner account and let us know.
Don't put your picture up there. Yeah. Name it something else. and let us know like how it is, or if it is anything like,
or is it just TV doing TV?
Yeah,
making us think something.
Is there a dynamic between all of the departments, even with the firemen? Like, is there because I've seen like dynamics in TV shows with that too. It's
Station 19, I think it was.
Yeah. Or 911. Well, they work
They
together.
Get along on 911.
Yeah, Station 19. But yeah, is there a different dynamic between different
emergency first
responders departments? Like, is there?
Valid question.
Because then CIA, and then like just scrolling through TikTok and watching like people like put the videos up of how cops react to when they find out, oh, this is an undercover detective or whatever. It's like, oh, now I'm gonna back up, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna tell. It's like, is there a dynamic between each department? But
good question.
That's up to y'all to tell us. Let us know. Shine some light. Because
if not, then we just have movies and TV to tell us.
Yeah.
Or Chat GPT.
Or that. Now,
so we don't think this one was just a typical black woman trauma story. This one was like a valid story that kind of needs to be told.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That a lot of that other people may go through also.
Absolutely. And I feel like that kind of having the crowd pull up for her kind of shows is like this is not a one-off. This is common, which it shouldn't be, but it's like that's a more common story. Like, people be out here struggling.
Yeah. And at first I was mad at that girl for like putting up her phone. So I'm like, what are you doing now? Because anything little could probably set her off, and now you're about to record her or went live. But
it helped.
After she did, I was like, it might help.
You did. So I was still like, turn it off.
Oh my God,
but not even for the sake of triggering Taraji, because I was fully convinced that she was not trying to hurt them people. I didn't see that switch happening. Like, I didn't think anything was going to trigger her to be like, oh yeah, no, now we killing people. Like, I didn't see that happening. So I thought somehow it was going to backfire, and the cops was going, I just knew it was going to harm the situation and have them come in there sooner. Because like I said, the whole movie, I was waiting for them to kill her. And I was like, no, something's going to happen, and they going to. But no, it did end up helping. You called it.
Yeah. I'm just glad that she kind of just stayed like true to herself. Like, she went in there to get her check of $521, but y'all was trying to give her all the money.
Like, they was
no, I don't want all that. Like,
what are you doing? Why are you giving me that?
Like, I didn't want that. Like, she was like, seriously, I just want the check, my check. That's it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So, cause like, to me, like, there was so much in that whole situation that proves she was not trying to hurt nobody. So I felt like a lot of people were escalating things that didn't have to escalate. Like, I understand being fearful. We're watching, so of course we have the story, and you don't when you're in the moment. But like, once this lady is like, no, I'm literally here for my check. She ain't fired no shots.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. Yeah. Like, once she makes it repeatedly clear, like, I'm not robbing you. I'm literally here for my money.
I know what y'all are doing. You know? Stop screaming.
Like, what's she crying for? Well, lady, you do have a gun.
You have a gun and think you got a bomb, which was crazy to me that you are going to automatically assume that what she had in that girl backpack was a bomb.
Well, it's first thoughts, first looks, yes. But I think once you see the way she just waving this book bag around,
drop it in.
Like, maybe you should be like, what's in the bag?
Hey, actually, is that?
Yeah.
Nobody brought that up that whole
Nobody.
Time.
Until she hears and is like, wait, they think this a bomb? Like,
what? That's why they all here outside. They think this is a bomb.
So much could have been prevented or non-escalated if they would have just took a second. Like, she should have put the gun up. Absolutely.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Once she figured out they gonna give her check, like, okay, cool, my bad, you know, and put it down. Like,
appreciate you.
I feel like that would have helped. But yeah, they shouldn't have. They were acting so scary the whole time when she repeatedly told them, "I'm not here to hurt you." Like she went and got them chairs.
She went and got the chairs. The old lady is letting y'all know, hey, if y'all, after hearing everything that she just said, and y'all don't feel anything and something is wrong, I'm glad she said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and even after that, little Miss Tessa, she got on my last.
Man.
Because Miss Homegirl is so scary, but then you got so much mouth.
Right.
Shut up.
Shut up. The main one, and crying at the beginning. And then, then you get bold towards the end.
So much mouth. And even if that was a real bomb, like the old lady said, like, if it was a bomb, then hush. Why are you still running your mouth? Like, do you want her to blow us up? Like, right. You over here running your mouth, then she got a bomb, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said a whole
She was very much, and she went and told the people that it wasn't even real. Yeah. She was just annoying. I'm getting out of here. It's like, why? If that was the case, why she didn't just run out when the first two ran out?
I know.
Like,
I know.
But anyway, let's see what else. Because, that was the main thought and point. Is like, a lot of these things are escalating the situation when they don't have to. It was the gun. It was telling them it's a bomb, which I do understand, especially nowadays. You never know. You see something blinking in a backpack. I do get the first instinct, but like we said, once you are in it for a little bit, let's maybe
ask a question,
backpedal. Let's see.
Escalating. The boss escalated that. He could have easily handed her check.
Yes,
he could have absolutely just handed her a check.
And quit talking to her crazy, like from the beginning. Fussing at her as soon as she got in, threatening her when she needed to leave, even though technically she didn't need to leave. But and then the check is on your desk, man. Like, you being a jerk for no reason.
Like she's telling you why she need it, and you're like, whose problem is that?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, how heartless you gotta be.
Absolutely.
Give her the check. You done fired her. Give her the check. Let her be on her way. She wouldn't have returned, and it would have just been you getting robbed without her being there.
All of that could have been prevented. You are absolutely right.
She didn't even need to come back.
Because she would not have been there.
She would have been gone.
He might have got fired on steal. But she wouldn't be going to jail.
Yeah.
You are right.
She would have probably already been at home, chilling or whatever.
She'd have been trying to get that lunch money to school. Her stuff was on the line.
Already out. Because that's why she went back up there to her job.
Yes, so she could try to pay her rent. So she'd have been trying to pay her rent. Or putting the lunch money at the school. Yeah. She'd have been doing something else on her to-do list instead of in there when somebody decides to come rob the store.
I think everybody was just heartless in this.
Absolutely.
Like, it was not considerate. I understand that, I guess for the landlord, like, I'm sure it seems like she's been warned multiple times because an eviction comes later.
Yeah. That's never like the first.
Yeah, unless she be in a butthole.
Yeah, but unless
she be in a butthole. But here's the thing, because I think some people do that where they throw people's stuff out.
I don't like that.
Here's the thing for the people who own, and I don't know the whole process, but if they're already having a hard time paying you their rent, why mess up the rest of their stuff? Why do that? Why can't you put it to the side or something? Put it in the office, the apartment office or something, or you hold it until they get back and you can give it to them. Like, why does that have to be? People.
It's like I feel like it's like to add to it's a humiliation. Like, you're humiliating the person on top of, and so I don't know if people do it on purpose or they just see it as I need to clear my unit out. But I feel like if you're a jerk like that lady, that was absolutely to also humiliate her. Like,
and then And like you said earlier, like you never know what people are going through. Mm-hmm. She was going through a lot. She could have easily came back and did anything to that woman for dumping her stuff out on the floor, outside in the rain.
Especially when she fired off that first shot. This movie could have been completely different. She could have just gone on firing on everybody,
finding everybody that she had an issue with.
Yes,
and dealt with it, but she didn't. She was still thinking about her daughter, and that's all she was.
That's literally
about.
all she was.
Just,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, even the cop that threatened her. Yeah, and triggered all of the things. And then Tiana, what's her name? Because we calling these people by their real name.
I
Dr. Raymond. Detective Raymond.
Yeah. Detective Raymond.
And then Sherry Shepherd is Nicole. And
okay.
Taraji is Janaya. Okay.
Oh, and then we got on the phone. Janaya.
Yes. He did that on purpose. Wrong. That's that. I can't remember what it's called, but the same way that people would say Kamala's name wrong on purpose is that. Where was I going?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh, when Detective Raymond punched old boy in the face and was like, "You started all of this."
Yeah. It was like a trickle down.
Yeah.
After he did that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even her fault. The fact he was speeding.
Absolutely.
Down this street.
Because she looked before she got over.
Everything. So she did everything that she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You, Mr. Cop,
mm-hmm.
was speeding down the road. And yeah, you ran off the road. But it was nothing wrong with your car. For you to be so concerned about your car, your new car, and then then you go run over all the cones and then hit her.
So now you got damage that you didn't have and didn't have to have.
She hit my new car. No, you hit your new car. You did that, sir. You did that.
And then he threatened her, and I don't like that, but I'm sure it's necessary to include because I feel like that be reality. Like cops be out here. Like we always see the we see the aftermath and the build up and when they've abused somebody, but you don't always get to hear what they done said to people and yeah,
that was just unnecessary.
I hated that, but so I think it was the build up of the day, but that was probably like one of the high turning points. And then him getting punched.
Yeah, because after that, then her car was taken.
Mm-hmm.
She got another.
She had to walk to work. He fired her because he told her 30 minutes. It was traffic and stuff like that. But, she would have been back. Yeah.
And then, now she can't get her check. And now she got her check going to the joint. Oh, the bank is closed. Let her in. But it's not really closed because there's another
whole line form
after her.
Because I'll ask my question, but as I was replaying it in my head, I answered it. Well, my question was about to be, unless those people were in line when she got there. But when she walked in and when he was saying they were closed, it was empty.
Yeah.
So, how you let her, we're closed, let her in will help just her. How does that turn into a whole line behind her? So, that one didn't flow well, Tyler. That part.
The security bank was a little slow.
And then the joker that ran at her trying to tackle her, it's like she's literally not doing anything to anybody. Here you go trying to be the hero, and then a shot gets fired, and now everybody's on alert. It's like, sir, you should just went out. I see somebody with a gun in a bank. I'm just gonna excuse myself. Like,
I'll be back the next day. Do what I need to do.
I'm going to another bank. I would do my transaction online if possible. Go to the little ATM.
That's crazy. The whole veteran that went off talking about we went to war and stuff for people like you. Like, you don't even know her and you just speaking.
Y'all don't work. Y'all don't like to work for nothing. This lady literally was at work.
She got a name tag.
Like
a whole vest with a name tag on.
Y'all want everything to be easy. Y'all don't work. If she's there to cash a check, that means she probably worked.
She doing something.
Yeah, so that goes back to people assuming and not knowing and just be talking. Like,
just be talking junkie. Don't even know. Y'all better watch it.
Yeah.
I said it before on previous episodes where people, y'all never know what people be going through. And you could be that person that could just make them snap just like that.
Yeah.
In any situation. These fake pranks. These pranks.
And you think, it's a prank, it's going to save you.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, did you see the black girl that always prank everybody? She pranked the wrong one.
You showed me.
I don't even know who the girl was that she pranked. The girl ended up clocking her in the face.
I think you showed me. You sent it to me. Yeah, because you like, she finally got, I was like.
Yeah, like, leave people alone.
And the person that hit her was like, just you think just because you say it's a prank, I'm supposed to? No.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For the ones who, just bringing up different situations, but, stuff like that, people just wanting to talk junk to people just to show out and show that you not whatever.
You never know. You pop off at the wrong one thinking you big and bad, and then they gonna show you not.
For the men who don't like to get rejected and want to say something to women and call them out their name, and you meet the right one. Yeah. And I'm just saying this all different. For the ones who like to break in people's cars and houses, and you meet the right one. For the news that we heard, I don't even know. I had to check up on that story, but for the guys who decided they want to prank somebody, I don't think it was a prank, beating on somebody's door at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh yeah, and that's dumb. That is, you're asking.
You've been unalive now.
You asking to get fired on, like that time of day, like that's your first thought is, shoot,
you somebody in the bed.
Like, why are you
sleep or at work?
Yeah, not banging on random people's doors. Like, you're asking.
That was fully self-defense. I don't even know. I need to check on that story. See, because last time I heard the guy, they said they was putting the guy in jail for unaliving the little boy. But it was like, no, you can't claim, that's a prank at 3:00 in the morning banging on somebody's house. Because if it was the other way around.
These hoodlums, they were like suspected breaking and entering.
Right.
They would have to prove that it was they wouldn't take your word for it.
But just think of all the, like, everybody has to, you got to think before you just be doing stuff. Like, you got to think before you be doing stuff, because you never know. You never know what people are going through and how they would handle a situation. Like I said, that could be their last straw. Yeah. And it could go a whole nother way. So, yeah. Yeah. Y'all just think before you do stuff.
And watch how you talk to people. All
exactly. That. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's see. Was it similar to, did this give you John Q vibes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It gave me John Q and Breaking vibes.
I can definitely see the similarities between Breaking and this. And I was hoping it wasn't identical, because, he's gotten accused of that, of stealing people's stories a couple times. So I was like, is this that? Okay. But the people weren't really, they weren't accusing him. They were just like letting people know, yes, y'all just watch Straw, but this stuff really happens. And then they explained the story of the guy. He was like a vet and he wasn't getting his benefits or nothing. He literally pulled up to the bank, and now he unfortunately did end up being unalived in the bank, which is, like I said, why I thought that was about to happen, because everybody was comparing it and I saw the similarities. And but yeah, so like that stuff happens, and yes, I do see the similarities. Like, people aren't reaching. I could see the similarities in John Q and Breaking. Go watch Breaking if you can handle it. I know sometimes for me, knowing it's true makes it sadder. But yeah, it's a good movie, and just like this story needs to be told, that the real person's story should also be told. Hey guys, like my shirt? That's me on my shirt wearing my Faith Over Logic hoodie. How cool is that? I'm sure you've seen me wear Faith Over Logic t-shirts and hoodies quite often, so I figured why not tell you a little more about it. So Faith Over Logic is my faith-based apparel brand. You can find it at faithoverlogic.com. The goal is to give you a wearable way to encourage yourself and others to trust God more than you need for things to make sense according to your own logic, because it won't always make sense. So your faith needs to outweigh your need for things to make sense. We have the hoodies, we have sweatshirts, we have t-shirts, we've got hats, leggings, all kinds of things. Multiple ways for you to go out and share your faith and look good while doing it. There's also a blog over there where every once in a while I try to drop something encouraging or inspirational. So you can check that out if you like. Subscribe to the blog, get your merch, share with your friends, all of the things. Find everything you need at www.faithoverlogic.com.
What I will say is people that are claiming that he's stealing movies or concepts,
like the storylines and whatever.
Every movie has picked apart some other movie. Look at all the first responder TV shows.
Oh yeah,
same thing.
Well, I think
look at just different movies, vampire movies, like horror movie, like. Everybody has picked something from somewhere else, so I don't think people can be like he just up and fully stole.
Unless you get a transcript, you see like somebody's original transcript, and it's like super, and it was created first.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's like that, then. But I'm just like all the movies and TV shows I've seen, a lot of them have similarities.
Yeah.
Dang
it, I didn't say
yeah,
that.
Everybody have similarities. So I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially like culturally, like stories be similar. Like we've grown up similar. Like people have grown up similarly. They've had the same experiences. So of course, like I know I was listening to a comedian. I was watching Kev on stage on his podcast. He was talking about, it was like he had a joke and then he saw two other comedians and he's like, my first thought wasn't, oh, they stole my joke. It's like we literally had the same, like a similar story. So of course we just end up with the same joke. So he just quit telling the joke. Like he didn't make no big. I'm like, that's just like people be on like social media and it's like, it's like, did we all live this life? It's like you tell a story and it's like, oh yeah, that was us too. It's like, did we all just live the same life? Where they will do the post, it's like the picture of the stove light on. It's like, hey y'all, what this mean? And everybody, it's like people have had similar stories. So the end result will be, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Totally true. Totally true.
Cool. I thought I had another thought. That's why I paused. I thought I had another thought.
Oh.
I don't. Okay. So, who made you the most mad? Let's just turn it into a little game for a moment.
Who? Many.
Let's go with the choices they gave us first, and then just in general we'll tell.
Okay.
So the choices they gave us, and we can rank them. It was like who? Because somebody posted, it's like y'all that watched. Which one of these people made you the most mad? And the choices was the boss, Jania's boss, the principal at the school. We should explain why that would be an option. I'll go back to that. The cop that ran her off the road and threatened her. The landlady. Tessa. Or the FBI agent. The reason the principal makes this list is because there's a scene in the movie, if you haven't seen it, where it appears that the principal called the people CPS and they came and took Jania's daughter. So that's what makes the principal join this list. So I will say, originally, yes, she was actually absolutely on my list, but
as we were both going off while it was happening, I'm like, why wouldn't?
Man,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's rank them. Out of all those people, like who made you the most mad from the most mad to the least?
The least, I'm gonna put the principal.
Agreed.
Okay. I don't know if that's because I know what happened. Really?
That's exactly why she's at the bottom for me.
Yeah. Tip top.
So should we do 2 versions of this? So like what the list would be before we knew that didn't happen, and then what the list?
We could.
Okay.
I think she's probably still gonna be the least.
Okay.
The most. I'm gonna say the boss, FBI, the police officer, and the principal. Was that?
You still got Tessa and the landlady.
Oh, okay. The boss, FBI agent, the police, the landlady, Tessa, principal.
Okay. Is it the same for knowing the whole story and not? Okay. Okay. Knowing the whole story, boss, the cop, the FBI agent, the landlady, Tessa, the principal. I think. And then not knowing the whole story, the boss, the cop, the principal. Because why you get that lady kid taken? The agent, because he was just a jerk. The landlady, Tessa. Because she was annoying, but.
Yeah, I think I messed up. Tessa would be last on the list. And the principal would go before the landlady. So principal, landlady, Tessa.
Gotcha. Cool, yeah. The boss, yeah, because he fired her. The cop.
And then give her a check. Stupid.
The cop, because he threatened her and also endangered her by running her off the road. She could have
in the rain. Yeah.
Yeah. Principal is higher up on before we know the whole story, because I was like, that was just another and why'd you take her kids without asking any questions?
Having a conversation or anything.
Yeah, like I'm like, there should have been steps before we got to this point. Even it's like, oh well, she's always hungry, she be dirty. You should have still asked her first, like, hey, what's going on?
Yep.
But yeah, and then like the FBI agent, because he was a jerk, but he never actually executed anything. Like he didn't send the people in like we thought he was going. Like he threatened, but he didn't actually. Yeah. So that's why he doesn't go up as high to me. Yeah. Okay. So now, just in general, we know without the list the person gave, who made you the most mad, or is it like, is there anybody else that would have been added? Those are all the bad people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's I think the boss was the very top.
Like the worst.
Was the worst. I'm gonna say, the boss, the cop, and the lady cop.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that.
Them two. Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't know.
The boss absolutely. He was
disrespectful.
Yeah. Oh, but
that
cop
helpful.
Though. But yes, continue.
Heartless. And
yeah.
Then you couldn't walk your stupid tail over there to give her her check.
He was at the desk. It was saying right there.
Oh, that is true.
When she came back. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And then you blamed her.
That's
robbing.
That's what I was gonna say earlier.
You said that she robbed your store, or you.
She knew the person. You knew him, and then he calls the cops. It still hinges on him after the cop trickled down everything. Yeah, because he was like, that was dumb. He knew your name, sir. Y'all all.
My name tag is right here,
and you could see him looking to see her name tag. And like you automatically get on. It's like he just looked for any reason to like down her or like. Yeah, look for fault in her. So to me, he was kind of already looking for a reason to fire her anyway. This just kind of, set itself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been him and the cop probably were the worst.
I agree with that.
But I absolutely agree with adding the lady cop because she didn't do nothing to. This Joker said, "Make her suffer. If I ever see you again, I'm going to find a legal reason to blow your brains out." And all she had was, "Hey, you're too hot.
Go back to the office."
She should have reported him.
Now, I'm not gonna write you up for that. Like nothing.
She should have reported him. He should not have been able to show up later and be on the
which means she just let that slide.
Because she was about to lie when Detective Raymond asked what happened.
Do you know
who was the cop?
No, I don't know.
I didn't catch his.
Are you serious right now? He threatened this lady and you are still willing to have his back? And ain't no telling who else he's done that
Right.
to.
Right. And that's what I mean when it's like this is similar and you never know how these cops really be doing like that. Because it was a situation like that on Queen Sugar when Micah, the son, he had got stopped by a cop and he said the cop like pretty much threatened him and
I think I remember.
And like he was traumatized, like he peed his pants and everything during that whole encounter. But then come to find out like other people had stories with that cop. It's like, what y'all be doing?
Here's the thing, y'all. Please hold it. I think if everybody held each other accountable,
absolutely,
a lot of stuff would not happen.
Absolutely.
Okay? We would get along with you guys more.
Yes.
And if you would not escalate the issue.
Yeah. Like this is an example of also that. Don't escalate stuff when you don't got
escalate.
To. Like
on the FBI side and his side, just want to escalate for no reason. Why can't we have the mindset, we want everybody to be safe? No matter what has happened.
Yeah.
We need everybody to be safe. We need everybody to go home to their families.
Absolutely.
Or whatever. Why do you want to escalate?
Like de-escalation should be the default. In real life, like this situation and just in general, like
put your ego away.
Like when we were talking yesterday, like nobody when I was like, so had them people decided like, they wanted to pop off at the people that were the people that were watching the friend and picking on her. I'm like, and so
girl, I didn't know. I was trying to think of what you were talking about.
So
okay.
The situation, it was like, yeah, they could have created a situation had they been paying attention and been like, what y'all looking at, blah, blah, blah. But like, when people do stuff like that, it's like you never know what the other person has or whatever. Like, so it's like people be quick to, what you looking at, what you doing. Then, like, that's not what happened. Like, that wasn't even, but like, it could have. But yeah, it's like people be quick to pop off. No, I'm standing up for it. But it's like, and nowadays,
because sometimes you don't have to.
Even if you're right, like, sometimes you just don't got to do that. Like, if you, I'd rather look like a punk than not end up not here because I decided to just stand up for,
Well, it took everything in me.
Well, not that. I'm just saying,
Oh, no. I think like that, but it's like,
something that sometimes.
What do y'all be thinking sometimes? Like,
yeah,
what?
absolutely. But I'm just saying in general, when people escalate situations.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah, like, because if it's like, I'm not gonna look like no punk, I'm not gonna let sometimes just defend yourself, but also I think that's when you gotta use your wisdom and pick and choose, like maybe this time not the time.
Yeah.
Shoot, I lost my thought again
about people holding
no, it was something with the de-escalating cops. It was something around that. If they would have listened, he threatened her. Oh, because it was something with the, like, pretty much like the had they listened or the de-escalating FBI. He comes in.
Yeah, it just kind of takes over. Like, not even trying to listen to your fellow policemen of saying, hey, like, we got her calm right now. We have somebody talking to her that has built trust with her, has bonded with, and we're trying to get her out.
Mm-hmm.
And you take over anyway. And it was like a big ego trip.
Yeah.
Of, oh, we're here now. Y'all could go and don't even know what's going on. And you were willing to escalate that issue too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time for this. We've been here too long. What? You take as long as you need to take.
Yeah.
To get everybody out safe.
It's been 12 hours. It's time for this to be over. Or you take, like you said, as much time as you need for the people to be safe.
You know? And that's everybody. That's the civilians and the cops on both sides. Like, I don't think like that. Like
that should be, cause Detective Raymond was like, and that way we'll be able to get her out safely. And one of them like, and cause that's the goal, right? It's like, yes, that should absolutely be the goal. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's gone.
That just fully lets me know that it just makes me feel like they are allowed to kill and not be get in trouble for it. I mean, we've seen it over and over.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is not
that type of shit.
Listen, this is not to every cop out there. There are a lot of good cops.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good people in these positions, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you for doing your job and, you know, being respectful in your job, okay? Mm-hmm. But some of y'all should find another job.
Absolutely.
If your ego and your anger is that bad, go into the military.
Or your fear. You're just that scared of different people.
You shouldn't mean no cop if you that scared. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I agree.
Go into the military. If you have that much anger
and you just
built up happy. And you just want to kill for the fun of it, hey, just go on in the army, the military. You can do that all day. Feel free. Hey, you still keeping your people safe back home.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But thank you to the ones who do their job with respect and honor, and with the people in mind. Even though I know people can be stupid, absolutely, okay. But thank you for being a friend, doing your job correctly. Mm-hmm. I just wish everybody would hold each other accountable.
Absolutely. Was it something with that?
No. Oh, you still trying?
Yeah. What? I will say, I think another part that sucked about her boss is like, of course the movie is just showing us this situation, but then I'm like, dang, she had to deal with this every day. She had to deal with this jerk consistently. Like, I feel like that alone would have been enough to make her pop off on somebody.
Yeah.
On him. But
at one point, did she say that he hit her?
The dude that was robbing them did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she was like, I got robbed. He hit me.
Okay.
Yeah, because he hit her with the gun.
Wait.
Because she was trying to, help.
She was
help the jerk. Help. The jerk that wouldn't give her check. And she still, and then, he hit her in the face with the pistol, I think. Mm-hmm. And then somehow she still got it.
And he just sat there. Yeah. While she fighting off a whole gunman.
I was sitting here thinking, oh, he's going to be like, oh, thank you. And that joker called the cops.
You're involved.
On her. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You did this. You set this lady just fired off on somebody for you
and now you got yourself unalive. Because you keep running your mouth.
Like, of course we don't condone it, but I understand. Mm-hmm. I absolutely understand.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the plot twist coming?
I did not.
Me neither.
It reminded me of another movie where it was just a whole daydream and it came back.
Sixth
But
Sense. When he was dead the whole time.
Yes. That. Sixth Sense. Yes, absolutely.
It's like, wait a minute.
I'm like, this not even real.
I need to go rewatch that one again. I've seen that one a couple times. I actually remember stuff from that one. But yeah. I did not see that coming, and that's for me. I very rarely am like,
she was shocked. Sat up in her seat. I was like, oh, this ain't real.
Because I be trying to, I can usually see the pattern and figure stuff out. Like, I like crime shows and mysteries, so I be trying to figure stuff out before it happen and check my work. But no, maybe because I was so focused on, like, they gonna kill this lady, I had no room in my brain to see anything else coming. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, wait a minute. But yeah.
I thought when her mom said she died, I thought she was talking about she died as she was in the bank.
Yes.
Like she just died.
Now, that one might have took me out. Had that been how it happened? Yeah. Listen, I hid under my blanket for a second. I was like, oh no, the baby is gone. She gone. And then, wait a minute.
The flashbacks start happening.
Wait.
The girl was never there,
man.
Like, and she died the night before.
For those of you that have seen it, I want to know if you noticed. Somebody pointed it out on Facebook. Mm-hmm. We went back and looked. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, now he said she wasn't in.
What's the word?
Right? She. In the beginning, there was, she's in the bed. He said she wasn't in the bed at first, and then she appears, and then disappears again. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah. Even, unless she was there the whole time, there was a brief moment where the way they shot it, it looked like she might not have been there, but I think she was still there. But when they're walking to the bathroom for bath time, she disappears. It's like you see her walking, then the shot again is just Janiyah walking by herself. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
we ain't see that.
Oh my god.
Y'all shot that on purpose.
They did good. And they snuck it in there. Mm-hmm.
I kind of figured something was, like I was telling you, something was off when they were like going through the house doing like B-roll of like the house, the eviction notice. Yeah. And it was like the two bowls of noodles on the table. One was like full.
I didn't notice
the other one was empty.
I noticed
somebody need
that. Like, I don't know. I still don't know. I'm not even gonna be like, oh, if I saw that, I'd have called it. I'm not even. I don't know. I still don't know.
That now I'm like, oh, that's why the bowl was full, because nobody was eat it. Yeah.
I didn't even notice it was full. Like, so that one went all the way by me. And I'm usually paying it, like, now that I don't know why I pay more attention to stuff, and like, if they showed you it, there's some significance later. And I was just like, oh no, they're just showing us how broke she is. Yeah. Like, I just went her living situation. I just went along for the ride this time. Yeah. And actually he got me this time. Good job, Tyler. But okay. Yeah. Neither of us saw the plot twist coming at all. I actually prefer the plot twist. Like, I don't prefer a child passing away, but I prefer her not get lit up by the cops, and I prefer the daughter to not die while she's holding up the bank.
Speaking of lit up by the cops, I think they could have left that part out of them. Like,
they could have just done the illusion.
Yeah.
Since it wasn't happening, since that's not what really happened.
I don't think they didn't need to do that whole little cop come blowing up the bank and going in.
If that's not what happened, he was playing with our emotions, getting our blood pressure all up.
I think that's the only reason. But after seeing that, she was imagining that her daughter was still there. Mm-hmm. I don't think that part
needed to. Well, but that could have been. So that's where it was similar to Breaking, because it was like they finally got him calm, and I think he was ready to surrender, and then that's when they come in and fire on him anyway. So that's like the show them what they're expecting to happen, and then be like, psych,
Yeah. Yeah,
but that was just another rush of that was just another
we're gonna treat
one
you
last
one more time.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That was a bad joke.
Very much so. Very much so. Because when that happened, I was like, I knew it. See? I knew it was coming. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. I mean,
just going to fire off.
Jesus. I was, yes. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm glad they didn't.
You tricked us. You got us.
Yeah.
That was a nice little plot twist.
Absolutely. Yeah. He snuck it in there.
I'm glad that well, I mean, I guess after they found that wasn't a bomb.
I wish they figured that out sooner.
Actually the kid for people who, I'm guessing everybody that watched this episode has seen it. I'm hoping.
Or you don't care about spoilers.
Okay, if you don't care about spoilers and you're not gonna watch it, but you would like to hear what's going on, so the mom,
yes,
Janiyah,
yes,
who was robbing the bank, she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Had her daughter's backpack the whole time.
Yes.
So, well, it was a backpack from the house. Where
it was
the
her.
landlord had thrown everything out.
Yeah, it was her daughter's backpack though, because that's what she was whining in the.
There you go.
In the hallucination, she was like, "I want to bring the clear one." So.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
okay.
She was dragging the balloon. She was like, "Pick your book bag up," and she was like, "I want the clear one." So yeah.
So yeah, the landlord had thrown everything out. She in the rain, and she went back to the house. She saw her stuff out there. Grabbed the book bag. Grabbed her. It was
daughter's
science
project. Yeah.
And now it
absolutely.
It looks like.
Did they ever tell us what it does? Because all the show, she's like, "Oh, I coded the such and such. I coded it." Like, she was messing with something, and she was like, "Yeah, I coded." And she's like, "Oh, cool, but I'm gonna move it because I've spent my last on these batteries." But they never told us. Yeah, okay, it absolutely looks like a bomb, a homemade.
Yeah, so we did. So it was in the backpack, and the bank manager.
Yeah, Nicole.
You know.
That's why I said first thoughts, first looks. I absolutely understand. Like, oh shoot, she also has a bomb. But once she's slinging this thing and dropping it, she done took it out and turned it off a couple times.
Yeah, turned it off.
That lady is not trying to blow y'all up.
Yeah. She getting y'all chairs and stuff. Like, she let
get her some water.
Yeah, let you go to the bathroom.
Then she let her go immediately when she figured out she was diabetic. She was like, "Oh no, we need to get her some help." Like,
yeah. So it was like once all of that, and the lady said it like after you've heard all of this, like
absolutely, and you still,
so,
yeah.
It's just, it was a good movie.
It was. Would I watch it again?
I don't
want to put myself through that. Well, now that I know what happened, though,
I would go back to see if there's anything else I missed. Like we hidden,
we went and double checked that,
to see if any other clues gave it away that
she wasn't there
already passed. But other than that, I wouldn't be able to watch like heavy stuff like that. Even with John Q and Breaking, there's another movie that's kind of close to like a child passing away because of somebody else, and American Skin with Nate Parker. Like, I can't watch those movies again. They're good.
I'm good for watching a movie once and forgetting it. Absolutely. I've seen John Q a couple of times. I don't know why, but I have. But even that one I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
Breaking I watched once. I don't, especially when I know it's based on a true story. Tell me the story one time. I don't need it again. Yeah. And that's also a reason I have never watched Fruitvale Station because I've heard about it. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. Like heavy stuff like that,
So, yeah. And then, I'll be talking about people crying in movies. I'm not a crier, but I'll just avoid the situation if I can. But I also still recognize, like, oh, this is sad. Like, I don't like, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, So I still feel feelings. I just don't be understanding all the time why.
Oh, that one thing that stood out, I was like, that's really good. Where the lady was like, it's expensive to be poor, or poor is expensive. Being poor is expensive.
It's being
Like, yikes. I was like, yikes.
Somebody reshared that sentence.
Somebody.
But you've got it essentially.
Like,
it's like you don't know how expensive it is.
To be
expensive
poor.
It is to be poor. Yeah. And
I thought about it, I was like, you all right.
Facts.
That is
because you don't got no money, so then you don't have insurance. So then basic stuff ends up being more expensive than it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got no money. You F up your credit. So now interest rates are higher. Like simple things that people take simple things that people take for granted. Oh, I'm going to just run and get this. But like, no, they got to decide. Like, am I going to eat or am I going to pay this? Like, what seems like a simple expense to somebody is like a budget breaking sitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then physically and mentally it's expensive. That costs you your peace of mind. You be stressing. You be overwhelmed. You be tired. You got to work just so, you know. So now you're overworking this. No, that's not her. I was watching something else. Who talked about having 3 jobs recently? What was I watching? Mm-hmm. Not you. I know. I know you at once upon a time. But somebody. Me. I was watching something and they were talking about working multiple jobs.
Well, this happened in real life.
It did, but it wasn't that though.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
But yeah, like
it was me. It was a show. Oh man, I don't know how I did that, man. To this day,
you were young. You know.
Yeah, it's not happening right now.
That's
back in the day. Yikes.
Well, since I'm here, this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for the exact phrase the lady said. But if you didn't know the story of breaking, I found somebody who just gave the rundown. Mm-hmm. We'll squeeze that in real quick. Blah blah blah. Brian Brown Easley was the person. He's a Marine veteran who served his country with honor. He deployed to Kuwait and Iraq. He came home with PTSD, chronic pain, schizophrenia, and paranoia. And when he needed support the most, the system failed him. All he wanted was the $892 check he was owed from the VA. Money he depended on to survive and support his daughter. This is why people think he took that. But I'll continue. To support his daughter. When that check was withheld, he became desperate. Not violent, not dangerous, desperate. He went into the bank, let every customer leave, didn't hurt a single person. He even spoke with 911 and the news, explaining his situation. Negotiators had arranged for the hostages to be released, and they still shot him in the head. He didn't walk out in cuffs. He didn't get help. He got a bullet. We don't talk enough about what happens when our veterans are abandoned by the very system that promised to protect them.
And that's crazy because they didn't have to go fight for us.
They signed up.
They volunteered to do this. And the fact that we don't take care of our veterans like they should be taken care of.
Yeah.
It's like it's so backwards. Like, we don't take care of our teachers. We don't take care of our veterans, the people that fight for us. Like,
the system is weird and wrong.
For the 2 people who protect us the most, who teach us,
yeah,
and who protects us,
yeah.
Because the Congress ain't going out there.
No,
the president ain't
they're
going
sending
out there.
the people. They get to make those decisions and decide.
And y'all treat them like crap.
People don't know how expensive it is to be. I don't think I'm saying expensive right when I'm saying it fast. I think I'm. People don't know how expensive it is to be poor. Which is facts. Yeah, she was talking about how expensive it was expensive for her to have a baby. The same daughter she was doing all this for, and she told the story. She said the doctor was trying to get her to abort her kid. Like, it's crazy. This is a good movie. Go watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I know we gave spoilers. I think you should still see it.
Yeah. I watch stuff.
Still see it.
Unless we're going to have to review it or something, I will watch stuff that spoils certain things for me. Because then I already have an idea of a heads up. Or if I have no intention of watching the thing, go ahead, tell me all of it.
If I'm not watching it, you can tell me all of that. I'll find videos. I'll watch somebody review it and react to it. I don't want to watch it fully.
Yeah. But absolutely. Check this one out. Tyler Perry I think he did well. It's not just the typical cheesy, you know what's going to happen. Low budget. Yeah, and it's real life. So, if it gets too triggering, tap out. Absolutely, if you need to.
Yeah.
That is all.
I'm glad I'm seeing Tiana Taylor more in acting.
I think she did good
parts, and she usually.
I don't know what else she's been in.
She been in another Tyler Perry movie, but she was
Byron.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I mean, I didn't either, but she
she played it well. Yeah,
where we didn't like it. So
and not her. Yeah, just that one wasn't one of my. I didn't really enjoy that movie itself.
But I'm glad to see that she's because I think she's in another movie now. That's out. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. Good job. Keep doing what you're doing. This is the business spotlight. This is the business spotlight. Cool. Okay. All right, everybody. Business spotlights is Darius Brim, and this is BR Images. I don't know. I see how he did Brim Images or brimages. Nice. I like how you did that. Brimages. He is a photographer and videographer based out of North Carolina. You can find him on Instagram at _BRI or BR Images. Or at BR Images Films, because he does both. And he also has a website that you can look him up on, www.brimages.co. And we'll have that, or is it com?
No,
it's .co. All right. So, yes, dope photographer, dope videographer. I've worked with him before at events. We recently, both years we've done the Phi Beta Sigma event that they've had each year. So
he did video and you did photos. Nice.
Real dope guy. Dope work. Real nice guy. Like working with him. So cool. Y'all hit him up for your photography and videography needs. And that is on Instagram again, _BR Images or BR Images Films. And then his website, www.brimages.co.
Cool.
Hit him up, y'all. That's the business spotlight. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Hey Fave. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family, and watch Straw.
And let us know what you think. Are we tripping? Is this one just another regular, typical Tyler Perry movie, or is this one actually good?
No, we'll say if it wasn't good.
Because I didn't. The other one, I said what I thought.
Yeah, it's actually good. So yeah,